welcome back to another episode of World of Tanks with Gainey Titan. We're on the Arctic region and I'm in the Lycan. Tier 7 US Premium Light Tank. Arctic region is a pretty good map for light tanks. It's that said, I don't actually take my usual route or go to my usual location. Well, I do go to my usual location, I just don't go there by the normal route. Wasn't too sure why I did that. I think I might have been thinking of something else. I've not been playing any particular tank for any extended period of time. I've actually been playing the tanks fairly regularly, but fairly short sessions, and I basically worked through a number of the premium tanks. I'm just trying to re-earn silver. But for some reason or other, I went up the western side of the map, and then around here I decided this isn't where I want to be in a light tank. I want to head in towards the centre because it's one of the best spotting locations on the map. You'll see the guys coming in across the north. You have a chance of spotting people on the field to the west. You have even that tank destroyer position. Well, you can get anything in there, like there around at C8 and stuff like that. You can spot that, and quite frequently, depending on how your allies set up, you can actually get quite a lot of spotting damage in this location. Sometimes your allies do set up to support you. Now that position the T-21 in, on contrast, I don't ever go there. I actually think it's a dreadful position for a light tank. It's very difficult to get shots on anybody from up there, unless you're already exposing quite a lot of tank. And anything you do observe from up there is generally not something that will be subject of your allies' fire. Maybe if there's artillery on the map, and if they're shooting at what you're spotting, but generally artillery have a lot of opportunities, particularly in the early stages of this map, and for overall, I don't think it's a great position. I think you'd be better off, well, probably not a light tank, but the heavier tank certainly would be better off. Instead of sitting there at A5, like they're doing, they should have pushed onto the corner. Now, the advantage, I suppose, of the T-21 in the ridgeline is that it has already told them what's over there. And I'm not sure if they actually have the numbers, or at least if they have the numbers forward to take on what's at the other corner. Although if the other corner just comes up one at a time, they probably would. So I was thinking if I pulled down as far as here, maybe I'd get shots on the T-21 without being spotted. Now I am spotted, but I think it's the light tanks coming across. Now the AMX comes across and takes out our VK-2801 with the VK-2801 firing a shot back, or at least firing an effective shot back at any rate. Now we've managed to get an engine fire, and we finished off the AMX, which is great because now we've eliminated an enemy light tank, albeit at the cost of one of our own. The enemy are actually ahead of the game at the moment. So I'm going to go back to this position. I'm kind of hoping I'll be able to shoot at the T-21 if he kind of holds up there. Right. Let's see now. Put a shot through the turret. Yes, we are spotted in doing so. And then I stay too long at the well, and I'll take a massive thump from someone. So that'll stop me from doing that kind of stuff in the near future, because now I can't afford to risk it in the tank. Now I'm back up to my old location again. There's one of our tanks that's actually pushed forward at the corner, is engaging with their opposite numbers. Now they are slightly outgunned, and I am wondering, I was actually tempted at this point to drive up and maybe offer an assistance, but kind of a one-shot kill, and if either of those tanks up there at A4 just came over the ridgeline with me in the open ground in between, I'd probably be dead straight away. Just a one-shot kill for any of these tanks. Medium, maybe I would risk it, or at least if I had hit points to spare. And what we really should be doing is the whole lot should be just pushing forward. I mean, we outnumber them overall at that side of the map. We have 5 tanks to, I reckon, about 3 in a forward location. That's including the T-21. We could take them on, push forward, and then you just roll back into the next round. It isn't a huge risk if we actually just pushed on and got on with it, especially since we're a tank up. However, no one is budging, no one is moving, and nothing much is happening. So, and things are looking so good down the south. Actually, looks like one heavy tank, and I don't know how much support that heavy tank is getting, because I'm not sure if the guys behind him are in a good location to support that guy. Although he's in not a bad location if he's getting any kind of support at all. Even was just one tank. The prosciutto is making a run in here to the close low country near me, and looks like they've made it behind cover in there. And I might not see them in a hurry now that I've lost spot of them, because well, hang on, there again. Is that him again? No, it's the VK4503. However, I don't think he can see me. Got a blind shot off, and I just thought it was worth continuing. Just try a few locations with the blind fire to see if I can get anything. The problem here is the guys in our west really have formed a kind of a limbing train. It's not your classic limbing train because it doesn't involve the entire team or the bulk of the team, but they had a strong numerical advantage, which they just didn't exploit. We've already lost a tank. So it's your usual scenario, almost certainly, where everybody's hiding except the tank that's currently engaged with the enemy, and then that tank dies, and another tank goes and currently engages with the enemy, and then it dies, and so on and so forth till they're all dead. We are tanks up though, so the situation isn't hopeless. It's just rather boringly static, and it will continue that way until something happens that changes it. Right, so the tank destroyer, which was an SU-130 if I remember correctly, has decided to push forward on the remaining, and the light tanks decided to join them, and it looks like they've taken out the medium. So they're now pushing 2 for 1, 2 versus 2 on our remaining tanks, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm definitely going to have to get involved here. There's the light tank coming in. Now you think the two of them should be able to handle a light tank. And there's the tank destroyer coming in behind him, supporting the tank destroyer. The light tank has gone into the low ground there by the lake, and I thought, right, I'm going to have to intervene by now. The SU-130 PM I could probably take handily enough if I can get close enough to actually hit him. I was wondering what happened, because I thought at this stage I should have proximity detected the T-21 as I was passing. But I think the T-21 wasn't actually paying attention to what he was doing, drove too close to the lake edge, slid off the thing, didn't quite destroy himself, but did fall into the lake, and because he's destroyed by now, I mean the enemy have no light tank in their team, he's actually destroyed about the time I was leaving the tree line there between the two rocks in front of me. But he was probably out of the game effectively for a bit of time before that, so he'd already driven off the cliff and into the water, and probably in a position where he could not rescue himself. At that point the player just gave up and decided to accept his fate, so to speak, and accepted he was dead. Now the Progetto is making his move. That was the Progetto that was in the centre earlier on. He's made his move, and I would like to be able to take him on, but I can't take him on head on. So I'm going to go the long way around. Now we're still only a 2-tank lead. And we don't have any tanks that are well situated to take on the Progetto, but the Progetto isn't pushing, or at least isn't pushing very hard. So I should have plenty of time to get in around, and the fact is that with 3 of us in 3 different angles, and substantially different angles, he won't be able to shelter the tank from all 3. Now I pull up here and we launch a shot, but we're spotted at target, so he's probably pointing his gun in my direction. So we're spotted now, we're not targeted now, probably just too low down from the target. But we're going to be, if nothing else, revealing his position. He's taking fire from one of the other tanks. The SU-130 haven't gone off, retreated, and actually gone away down to a further to the rear position, which is kind of useless. I mean, we're the ones that are the tank up and need to be sort of earning our keep, so to speak, and proving that we're ahead. Now that the projectile's out of the way, and I didn't do that much damage to him, I think it was just a distraction more than anything else. I know I got the kill shot, but the real work was done by the medium tank, and just pushing up here. See, I know there was guys over here, but I just, well, VK4503 is over here, despite the fact he's only on 62 hit points, and there he is, gone. So there's no sign of the SU-130 that was over here, or was it the KV-122? I think the KV-122 might be dead. I have a feeling I saw that tank's death come up in the kill, the little kill screen, the kill dialogue. So through the gap we go, and sure enough there is, well, I don't know if it's the same SU-130. It's certainly an SU-130, and there's another tank with it. And that, okay, we're fairly fortunate to get a lot of those shots in on the move like that. But I'm going to duck down here to get a reload, because if he wants to come around after me, I will have friends firing at him as well. I went for a reload. The enemy are down to 2 remaining tanks, and I'm thinking, right, if I swing wide, I might not be spotted until I get into a position where I can shoot. And I am the smaller, fairly small target, so I come around here. I need to be able to get through the. However, the SU-130 is over here, so I'm ducking and weaving and hoping to just shoot back at me. I'm definitely one-shot kill for the SU-130. And around we're going to go, and there is the IS-3. Took a chance firing at the IS-3. I decided to just keep going. I just want to widen out the angles. He can't point, he's going in every direction. And he can't shoot all of us now. I think the mistake here was I slowed down, got the shot in, but kept reversing. I should have kept going forward. That would probably have kept me alive. However, shoulda, coulda, woulda. We still did pretty well. We got a respectable score out of that game. And I thought it wouldn't happen for a while. Our team was being very overly cautious. We got 3,000 damage, 2,500 assisted damage, and an ace tanker. Number 1 by experience in a strong tier 8 game and a tier 7 tank. So I hope you enjoyed that video and found it interesting, and thank you very much. Please press like and subscribe. I will catch you all again soon. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please press like, comment, share. It really helps the channel out. And if you have not already done so, please subscribe to the channel. I will catch you all again soon. Bye for now.